Hey, I can go ahead and get started. Looks like we've got quite a few viewers on here now. So, my name is Abby Coers, and I do marketing at Central Illinois Ag. So, Central Illinois Ag is a Case IH dealership located in all across the center of Illinois. Our main location is in Atlanta, Clinton, Farmer City, and Mason City. So we do sell, as I said, Case IH equipment, and then we also have quite a few short line brands as well. So the marketing that I do there is a lot of the communication that you hear about Central Illinois Ag. So everything from social media, you might see flyers come through your mailbox, videos we put out. We do a lot of digital marketing. A lot of that branding that you see comes from my office. So it's a really great position. I absolutely love it. Um, so a little bit about my background. I am originally from Chestnut, Illinois, which is the geographical center of Illinois, which is pretty cool, to have that claim to fame. And I went to school in Mount Pulaski High School. So from there, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So I had gone to college at actually Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. Went for 2 years with a business focus and decided I wanted to switch over to more of that communication. So I learned about ag communication at the University of Illinois, where I went for the remaining of my 2 years, and I absolutely loved it. It was home to me, and all of my skills that I learned for my career right now, I learned from the ag communication department there. So my favorite part of my job is I love it all. I really, I always say I have the best job ever, and it's truly my passion. Um, I would say I like that every day is different. So there's days where we're in the office all day, because you're gonna do stuff on the computer, you're gonna put inventory online, anything like that. And then there's days where I'm outside because I get to take pictures of the equipment and be in the field and actually talking to that end user, talking to the farmers is so enjoyable to get to know them. So I really like that. Luke, how do you get ideas of things to post? Does someone tell you what stories to share? Kind of a little bit of both. So we've got a great leadership team at Central Illinois Ag, and they tell us, this financing deal is going on, or this piece of equipment, we want to hit this pretty hard on social media. We want to get this messaging out. And in those cases, we'll go ahead and get those messages out for them to tell us. And other times, it's we've got a parts department, a service department, and a sales department. So I try to hit a little bit of messages on both of those to put out on social media. So we've always got a lot to share. Also, we love putting our own stuff out instead of like the stock images and things. So going out to the field, getting our own images, talking to customers. One of the best things I've learned is asking the farmers, asking our end users what they enjoy about the equipment, what they enjoy about our company, because that gives me ideas of what to post and also who we are and what people think of us. So always being open to communicate with others helps immensely. The biggest challenge in my job, this is a tough question. I'm not really sure what to say. I think the biggest challenge is within agriculture, especially the ag equipment side. There's a lot of technology and it's ever changing. So the biggest challenge is keeping up on learning, always learning new things, which also is fun to do too, because we're always wanting to know what's next. So another challenge too is differentiating us from other dealerships. There's what makes us different. And so that goes back to the messages that we put out, because obviously we want to hit that niche of who we are and what we do. So always challenged to be better, always make the company the best one out there, because obviously that's what we believe in. So the most rewarding aspect of my job, Morgan, I every day is a reward, honestly. I love seeing the customers and seeing that they're happy with, our salesmen, our service team, our parts team. That's so cool to see that, us as a team at Central Illinois Ag has we've got a goal, to be in the field, um, to be next to our customers and really support them, and to see that we're doing the job correctly and really providing for them. That's very rewarding to see through that. So, um, let's see. So, when did I decide to do ag communications? It's kind of an interesting route that I took. Like I mentioned before, I had originally started college in the business department at Edwardsville and Southern Illinois University, and I grew up on a farm, but my family didn't farm. We rented out our farmland, and so I didn't get a jump in a combine with dad or grandpa or anything like that. And I thought I just wanted to go to the city, I'll just do some business stuff. And I loved those classes. I loved economics, like all that stuff, but it just wasn't me. Going to school was just that, it's going to school. And one of my good friends, who is also an FFA advisor at Sangamon Valley, Brittany Cowan, she had mentioned to me about the agriculture program at the University of Illinois, where she was currently attending for ag education. She told me, about the major, and it's the creative side, the journalism, communications, obviously, and I loved it. And so I went, I visited, and I didn't even know that was a major. So you guys are ahead of my game where I was back then. So I ended up going to U of I my final 2 years, and every day I went to class. I loved it. It wasn't even like going to school, I love to learn. It was amazing. So that's how I got into it. And from there, I took an internship with the University of Illinois and the College of Aces, doing marketing. So my very first um marketing project, I put bus ads out for the College of Aces. So it's always exciting to see your work out in public, but for me to jump on a bus, at school at University of Illinois, and see, oh, I made that ad that's up there on the side. That was really rewarding. And from there, you just learn different, different ways to communicate in graphics. And I went from there, and definitely build it. I mean, what I do now is way more than I did back then, but it's everything that you're learning. So you learn one skill and it goes to the next skill and the next skill, and eventually you're doing a lot of things. So yep, don't expect to know everything, right away. You're gonna learn it as you go over time. Any advice I wish I had known before going into ag communication and marketing? So I kind of learned this during my time, and I had a really great mentor at U of I, and she was just herself, and if she didn't know something, she asked, and I thought that was really cool, and I totally respected her for that, because one thing in life I was always nervous about was, well, this person knows more than this than me, or whatever, and so after I learned that kind of valuable lesson in life, everything kind of fell in place. So if you don't know something, you ask. Nobody's gonna, belittle you for it or anything, and you're really gonna learn a lot more from it as well. So that's something I kind of wish I would have known earlier in life than having to learn it, but definitely helped me become the person I am and where I'm at today. So um, yeah, that's my biggest advice, or something I wish that I would have known. Important lessons I've learned in my career. I mean, you learn lessons every single day. So, um, let's see, kind of, that's a rough one. I would say, just like I said, I mean, be yourself. It's so hard, already in life, we're challenged to do the best that we can. And so, being yourself, allows the more genuine work. When we put posts out on social media, it's who we truly are. We're not trying to fake it and be someone we're not or anything like that. So really just find your way and find what you enjoy and go from there. So, yeah. Um, the next question, did FFA help you get your job today? I actually have a unique story, because I know it's weird. I love FFA. All my friends are in it. But in high school, I actually was not in FFA. So I encourage every single person to be in FFA, because the friends that I gained and I mean, a lot of the people I hung out with in college, they were all FFA and officers, and they had all this experience that I hadn't, whether it be the professionalism side or knowledge and animal science or anything like that that you guys get to learn in the classroom. And I didn't do that, and I totally regret it. I should have, but working at Central Illinois Ag, we've been able to work alongside FFA students, and I can tell you personally that seeing other high school students and then seeing FFA students, it's almost like you're just a notch above, like you can take the, what is it, public speaking. I love watching you guys speak. It's amazing. Like, to think of me in high school, like I don't think I would have had that ability, because I didn't learn it. So I think that FFA definitely helps you get where you're going in life. But unfortunately, I missed that part. The next question would be, what types of technology do you use in your position? So that's a really great question. We use a lot of technology. The biggest for me is with marketing, we design a lot. So I've got a program called InDesign. It's through Adobe, and it's an Adobe product. That's where we create, our dealership magazine. We create all the graphics that go out to our team, anything like that. That's probably one of my favorite programs that we use. A lot of other technology that we use. Oh my goodness, we use so much all the time. There's within the ag industry, there's a platform or an app. It's called AgriSync, and it's where customers can connect to us through their smartphones. That's kind of a big one, where things have changed. If you think 10 years ago, farming versus now, so that's pretty big. Within my position, I would say technology is every day. I mean, we all have smartphones, and if I can work on my smartphone probably, 5 hours out of the, long hour day, just being on there with photos, connecting with people, that's huge, and yeah, we're constantly on our phones with the photos and the public relations with it. So, oh, I'm gonna scroll down here and see some more questions on here. Did I have any internships or summer jobs during college, and what did I learn from them? So, one of the biggest differences, I guess, when I went to U of I is I went in as a junior, and I noticed everybody had internships. And my freshman sophomore year, I didn't do the internship thing because it wasn't as popular at Edwardsville. But once I went to U of I did have internships. My very first internship was with the Illinois Corn Marketing Board. So I had, and this is, I'm gonna like age myself here, but that was probably 2009-ish, 2009, 2010. So Facebook wasn't a huge thing back then, but I actually am the person who created the Agriculture Everyday page. So that was my summer project, was to create a Facebook page to teach about agriculture and, you know, its effect on everybody. So I decided to create Agriculture Every Day because we're using it every single day, whether in the food you eat, the clothes you wear, I mean, people in the city. So I really wanted to educate through that. So that was one of my main internships that summer. And then I had found the internship with U of I in the College of Aces with the marketing team. And that one was so awesome to me. That's where I learned all my InDesign skills. So not only did I create like those bus ads I had told you about, but I was starting to create invitations for different events that the College of Aces was putting on. What are their cool things? We did some website work, just a lot of design and communications with that. We worked alongside donors, so we created videos. I did a lot of video work with them, and I would say that taught me a lot of skills. So my position right now is absolutely everything I learned and everything I did. I would, yeah, and I would suggest internships, and even an internship that you feel you may not have, you don't necessarily, I don't know, fit with, maybe go for it anyways. I mean, it's one summer, and that's the good thing about internships is it's, I don't know how many weeks, I'm just throwing a number out there, but say it's 10 weeks long, if you don't like it in 10 weeks, you're gonna try something else, and don't discount yourself. You might go into an internship at a fertilizer plant, and you may not even be interested in that, but then you come out with all this knowledge, not only that, but maybe you like it. So definitely try everything out until you find out what you really like. I would say when I say I have the best job ever, it's I didn't just end up here. I started at other places and I found my way around to what I truly enjoy. And when you find what you enjoy, your passion really shows. So, what is the job demand like for people in ag communications? I would say the demand, honestly, is probably pretty high. Don't quote that from me or anything, but from my experience, I would think that because with an ag communications degree, you have a lot of knowledge, you've got a lot of experience, and you can really go into a lot of different roles. So, when I was in school, we had um, like we could choose between journalism, advertising, and broadcast journalism, so TV. So those three things right there. Think about not only do people in the ag industry need you, but everybody as a whole too. So you might be working at a local TV station and do the ag reports or anything to that. So really, I would think the demand would be pretty high because it's such a broad major. Everybody needs somebody in the communications role. So, and outside the ag world too, uh, they like industry leaders, employers love agriculture majors because, yeah, we know the communication side, but we also have the agriculture side. So it's almost like a double, bonus in there that they would be getting. So, let's see. So as I finish up here, my biggest piece of life or career advice, um, you know, I I would really say to be yourself. That's the biggest thing that I have learned in life that I've thought of a lot, and you might be in a situation you're just like, just be yourself, and people are gonna like you for being genuine, and be nice to others and do what you can. Always be willing to help other people out. So that's the biggest piece of advice for me. Just be willing to learn as well. Yeah, like you learn every single day. So don't be afraid to ask others for help. Be willing to put yourself out there and always learn to teach others because at one point in your life somebody taught you that. So definitely keep it rolling that way. So I think I'm gonna finish up here. It was great to talk to you guys, and like I said, I'm Abby from Central Illinois Ag, and if you guys have any other questions, definitely get a hold of FFA and we can be in contact. Thanks, guys.